Wasn't supposed to be live yet, so I'm going to start this again. Be right back, y'all. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Creatia Conversation, the number one news source for all that nerdish on the hub. I'm your host, Lord Cussing Like Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined today by my co-host and best friend, the Warden Matt Ritter. How you doing?
AKA T-Pain in my ass. He forgets that one.
I'm doing good, Travis. It's been a while. You must have missed me since you put me on Monday with you.
I mean, look, when I'm scheduling this show for the week, I just try to make it work with everybody's schedule, who we have available, when we have them available. Sometimes it works out that I'm with you on Monday. Sometimes it works out with you that I'm with you on Wednesday. Sometimes it works out where I'm not with you at all. You know, sometimes it works out when I'm with you 4 days in a row. It's just kind of how it happens.
Sound like you wanted to get on me on Wednesdays. That's what I heard.
I mean, any day is a good day to get on you, sir.
Speaking of which, we're going to have to get up on our Starcade 1997 here pretty soon.
You are absolutely right. It's been chaotic for me, but yeah, you're right. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, we need to go ahead and schedule that and get that out there.
Yep.
But what you been up to, man? What you been watching? What you been playing? All that.
I got all caught up on Temptation Island and Secret Invasion with Kate on Saturday.
Okay.
Sunday I worked all fucking day, so a little
gross.
12 hours of OT was not fun. Been getting a lot of that lately, but I'm not a fan, by the way. Like, I know there are people out there that are like, I'm all about my money, and like, good for you. I'm all about me. And,
I'm about to say, I'm all about balance. Like, and by balance, I mean I work as little as possible while still getting as much money as possible.
Exactly. See, here's my thing. Wise man once said, Nobody ever laid on their deathbed saying, "Man, I wish I had spent more time in the office."
I don't know nobody that did.
Rather be at home with the family doing shit. I'm not going to complain about the money though. It is what it is. It'll be nice. Might take a little bit of that and go finish up some tattoos on my arm that I've been meaning to get for a little while. Cover up a little empty space. But you guys should be discussing funny memories today.
I'm not sure. What funny memories are you referring to, Amani? We'll get back to that in a second. But yeah, so you finished those things. Anything new or?
No, not really. I've been wanting to go to the theater and catch some stuff. We just with work and everything, I haven't had the time. A lot of
Bridget's here.
Diablo.
How you doing, Bridget? Welcome.
What up? A lot of Diablo in my spare time. Said fuck the barbarian. Went to the druid. I'm feeling the druid a lot better.
The barbarian?
I did fuck the barbarian.
Cool. You know you can also fuck the barbarian in Baldur's Gate 3.
No,
you should play Baldur's Gate 3.
No. You can fuck the druid.
You can do that too.
3. Okay, but so
you can fuck a lot of people in Baldur's Gate 3.
My druid also turns into a bear, but I can't fuck it in Diablo. So
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. No, but I've been fucking with that. Played a little bit of that last night before I went to bed because it was a day. But yeah, no, that's really been it, man. Like all the shit I want to do, I haven't had a chance to do. So
yeah, same over here. I just haven't had the time. Like I was able to play a little bit more Final Fantasy 16 on Saturday. And also recently we finished the first half of the new season of The Witcher. And also when we finished this last season of Black Mirror. And we also I haven't talked to you since we did this. We actually finished Picard. So that's a thing. And so John told us an interesting story about him getting you some burger seasoning one day. And yeah, that's what she's referring to, is him buying you burger seasoning.
No, John did not buy me burger seasoning. John told me that he didn't like the way I seasoned my burgers. They weren't seasoned enough.
Well, no. Well, that's two different things. He said he didn't like the way you season your burgers. No, it's not like he didn't like the way that you didn't season your burgers.
Oh, they were seasoned.
How are they seasoned?
With garlic, salt and pepper.
Oh, SPG. Got you.
Yeah, but they were seasoned every time.
I got you.
Well, they were basic because I was doing it once a month for fucking 5 people, and I wasn't really trying.
I hear you.
Money. Yeah,
I'm just getting the lay of it all. That's all. Yeah, Jonah's Awful was definitely wild. That tripped me out.
Yeah, I did watch that. That's the only episode of Black Mirror I've watched.
Yeah. It's the whole season is fucking insane. 2 of them just.
I also didn't see John coming over to cook or do anything, nor have I ever eaten anything that John's ever cooked. So he talks a lot of shit for someone who's never done anything. Mind you, I just got done cooking 2 ribeye steaks. I'll actually send you the pictures of these chicken breasts that I cooked up. I'm gonna text these over to you right now. You will see well-seasoned food, Travis. Well-seasoned food.
I don't know why you arguing with me about this one. It's just, I'm not the one that said you didn't season it.
Because I had to defend myself to you because I got my second best friend talking shit to my first best friend about the way I make him food.
Oh, let's see. We got some. Let's take a look at these pictures. Okay. Yeah. It looks seasoned to me. What else here? Is this an email? Nope. Not doing that right now. Let me just, to the people out there, all you watching, when you get an email from someone and they emailed multiple people and say, please reply for an RSVP or something like that, do not click reply all, because the rest of us don't care. Like, don't do that. I hate that shit. And I get all these unnecessary emails all day, and it's like, yo, what the fuck?
Yes, he is. I'd say right around 25. is probably about the time men just start texting other men pictures of their meat on the grill.
I mean, sometimes you got to show somebody your meat. Like, I don't know what the problem is. No,
How did
people
you like
do it
the
on
card?
purpose, though, Bridget. That's the problem. Like,
Yeah, I know.
they're purposely doing it, and
It
it's
drives me nuts.
fucking insane.
It is a matter of fact, last thing on this whole seasoning thing, by the way, Will is a professional chef, and I send him pictures of the food I cook, and he approves and does not like give me shit about, oh, you should do that, blah, blah, blah. Like, Will approves of my cooking. As a matter of fact, I sent a picture of that chicken. He said 9 out of 10 would eat. Just saying.
9 out of 10 on that meat. Got you.
Oh.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about Matt or his meat right now, even though we could spend the whole episode on it. We're here, to kind of hang out with you, and we're glad you're here. If you're not watching us live, know that you can watch us live right here on twitch.tv/Creatia World. And while you're there, subscribe, and if you have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming. That means you can subscribe to us for free and also get some other perks like, free games and all other kind of stuff. Like, we mentioned Baldur's Gate 3 early, but Baldur's Gate 2 is available for free if you have Prime Gaming. There's some other stuff that you mentioned before, Matt. Like what else?
I know you have a new mount, armor, and trophies for your horses in Diablo. They have some research tasks for Pokemon Go, as well as just some free items for Pokemon Go out there as well. And a shit ton of shit. Like, depending on what you play, they've got stuff for a bunch of games that I don't play that I just kind of scroll past and don't even look at. So I'm picky. I have a, first off, real quick, tomorrow, PlayStation Store, Twisted Metal 1 and 2. Super excited.
Hop on that shit. Like I said, before we talked about it, off camera, but I want a new one, but I'm glad these are at least available. But also you can watch us live on YouTube at youtube.com/Creatia World. You can also just catch us later there. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that, there's a little bell with a bean on it. Click that bean so you know every time we drop something new, every time we go live, all that good stuff. And speaking of flicking that bean, where else do you want them to watch, Matt?
Pornhub.com/model/Creatia World. We do still have some. Oh, I talked to Katie. So here's the thing. I don't know if you listened to the post show of Smack and Raw, because I think it was on post show of Smack and Raw.
Sir, listen, I listen to you talk enough. I don't.
So I know that this website's been giving us some issues, right?
All the time.
But we have an episode, a watch along for the Scream Triple X parody in the can. And you and I previously mentioned maybe just dropping it on one of them other websites like, XBiz or what. Do it. Because instead of saying we're the number one wrestling podcast on Pornhub, which we can just say we're the number one whatever in porn, period. We are the number one all that nerdish podcast in porn. We are all the number one porn parody watch along podcast in porn. Just because drop it on one of those other sites, Travis. Just drop it. It's out there. It'll be in the search algorithm. People are going to see it. You'll be able to find it on LobsterTube or wherever the fuck you want. Like, it'll be there. So just drop it on a website and let it do its thing.
Perhaps. Hello, Will.
Will, would you eat my meat?
Oh, man. But also, speaking of exclusive stuff, you can also get some exclusive stuff on Patreon at patreon.com/Creatia World for just $1. Things like Return to Wrestling with myself and the Warden, Matt Riddle. We're going through old WCW stuff, where you just finished. Like we mentioned, we're getting ready to do Starrcade 1997, the biggest event in WCW history. We just finished World War III 1997, which was what led up to the biggest event in WCW history. So that's coming up next this month on Patreon, but also Multiverse with myself and Mario Shark Watkins. We're going through old animated comic book movies. DC mostly right now, but there's some Marvel stuff that we can get into as well. And we got some other stuff planned for the future, so that'll be a lot of fun. But you'd also get this show and all of our other stuff ad-free. So we'll be more into the ads and all that kind of stuff later. But for right now, sir, it is Newsy time. So, in the news today, Mr. Ritter.
Yes.
So SAG-AFTRA is on strike right now. So a lot of shit is shut down, but there are apparently some exceptions. So SAG-AFTRA is allowing some productions to continue filming amid the strike. This comes from comicbook.com from Adam Barnhart. Though virtually all Hollywood has been shut down due to ongoing strikes, one of the unions behind the stoppages is allowing filming to continue under certain circumstances. According to one new trade report, at least 6 productions have been given the green light from SAG-AFTRA officials to continue filming photography. Since the strike is a result of failed negotiations between SAG-AFTRA and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Productions, that's AMPTP. There's a lot of algorithms. I mean, not algorithms. What the fuck is it called?
Acronyms.
Jesus, I need to get some sleep, dude. But anyway, what's up?
Was that a picture of Fran Drescher or Gal Gadot?
That was Fran Drescher.
Because that was Fran Drescher looking like Gal Gadot on the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's Fran Drescher because Fran Drescher is the president of SAG. So yes.
Still to this day.
Yeah.
I fucked a nanny.
The union is allowing select independent pictures to film. In the report from Deadline, one of those productions is the Rebel Wilson starring Bride Hard. It's been a complex process, many say. There's little recent precedent for a waiver template, given that the last SAG strike for theatrical and TV actors was in the 80s, the trade reports. The Guild's website promised weeks ago that when the strike was authorized, waivers would be granted, but it didn't disclose terms. Whatever the case, Marvel star Mark Ruffalo is a big fan of the move, writing a lengthy Twitter thread Sunday night trying to convince the union to push more actors into independent filmmaking. Then we just do what we always do. This is a quote from Mark Ruffalo. Great content, and they can buy it, or we take it ourselves and we share in those sales. The Avenger Star tweeted. They've created an empire of billionaires and believe that we are no longer of value. While they hang out in their billionaire boy summer camps, laughing like fat cats, we organize a new world for workers. He added, quote, one sure way to strengthen our hand right now is to become very supportive and friendly to all independent projects immediately. Push every SAG-AFTRA member to join the ones that get SAG-AFTRA and WGA waivers immediately. The studios have no competition. This will change that. Like the Actors Guild, the Writers Guild of America is also on strike over similar issues. Some of the latest reporting cited studio executive telling trades they, quote, that they hope to push negotiations until October or November in an attempt to put the heat on the writers to come to an agreement. Yeah, there was a quote out there basically saying that the plan is to, stall them out until they start losing their houses and losing their apartments and have no choice but to come back to work. So, yeah, I like this idea, though, of pushing them toward doing more independent projects that are outside of the, the Hollywood, machine, basically, and getting more eyes on that kind of stuff. This actually could be a really big opportunity for people like that, and I'm happy to see that happening. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, me and Mara talked a little bit about this, how there are loopholes. Like, we know they've got House of the Dragon filming because of where they're filming at. Loophole.
Yeah, with
blah, blah, blah.
What's their union over there called? Like I forgot what it's called.
No idea, but
yeah,
you got all these loopholes, right? But the fact of the matter is, there are legitimate concerns about people getting paid what they deserve for the work that they put in, whether it's the writers, whether it's SAG, which is kind of also backing up the writers, but they have their own concerns as well with these streaming services and AI and all this shit.
Yeah.
So you still want to do your job. Like, you don't go into acting because you don't love acting.
Equity is what it's called.
Yeah. Like, you still want to do shit. So if there are ways to do shit outside of, the major motion picture productions, things like that, do some independent stuff, still work on your craft and still express the thing that you love to do, then yeah, absolutely. Like, that's fucking great.
And the thing about that, I try to tell people, because people look at this and like, oh, these rich people just want more money. I'm like, listen, you only know about the people at the top of the food chain when it comes to actors. There are, from what I know, more than 160,000 actors in SAG. Okay, do you know 160,000 famous people? No, because most of them are not famous. Most of them barely make what we make.
Like that's the majority of actors is struggling to try to make ends meet like most of us are. So, yes, they should get paid what they deserve to get paid. So that's what they're fighting for. They're not fighting for people like, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt and all those people way at the top that's just swimming in their money. They don't care. They can go on strike and they'll be just fine forever. Like they're okay. They're not the ones that need the bump in the pay and the residuals that come from like streaming services and all that kind of stuff. It's not them that are worried about that kind of stuff. They want it, of course, but there's the ones that are like near the lower to the bottom. The ones that are like really trying to make ends meet are the ones that this is really affecting.
I saw a quote that said, if you're watching a movie and Tom Hanks is an actor at a bar and a bartender serves him a drink and that bartender is an actor, then everyone in the bar is an actor. You may not know who they are, but they're all SAG actors. You don't need to read that now. It's 4 screenshots. You just need to know John loves my meat and I feel justified.
Yes, he just texted me to tell me that you texted him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But everyone in that bar.
I swear, fucking white people.
When you look at shows like How I Met Your Mother, where they're in that bar all the time, the main actors, but that's not necessarily all of the people that are SAG actors that are in there. Everyone in that bar, whether it's a girl Barney's hitting on or just someone in the background having a drink, and they're not making millions of dollars sitting in the background. They're not getting paid those wages. Right. So.
And that's what they're fighting for. So yeah, I'm all behind this, and also really behind them doing more independent stuff and things outside of the Hollywood machine, and getting people what they deserve. All right. In other news, all right, listen. I need these fucking emails to stop, and I also need you and John to stop right now. But anyway,
I have not done anything.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, we got some more news. So Activision Blizzard's non-Call of Duty franchises reportedly are skipping PlayStation. Surprise, surprise. So we know that basically the whole trial with FTC and Xbox is over. That's done, and kaput. We're good. Xbox is buying Activision. It's pretty much a done deal. FTC has thrown out an appeal. They're going to try still, but I doubt it'll go anywhere. But this article comes from comicbook.com again from Mark Deschamps. Earlier today, which was yesterday, Microsoft announced that it had officially signed a binding agreement that will keep the Call of Duty franchise on PlayStation platforms for at least 10 years. However, it seems the deal only applies to Call of Duty and not other Activision Blizzard games. According to reporting from The Verge's Tom Warren, the deal Microsoft offered PlayStation in January 2022 would have kept, quote, all existing Activision console titles on Sony, including future versions in the Call of Duty franchise or any other current Activision franchise on Sony through December 31st, 2027. Xbox head of global communications, Kerry Perez, confirmed to Warren that the new deal only applies to Call of Duty. As The Verge notes, the new deal given to Sony is similar to the one that was provided to Nintendo. Meanwhile, the deals provided to cloud gaming companies like NVIDIA, Boosteroid include other Activision games. This is worth noting that additional Activision games could still release on PlayStation, but Microsoft is not contractually obligated to do so. It's possible that some of these decisions could be made on a case-by-case basis. In some circumstances, it might make more sense for Microsoft to make those games widely available, while in others, it might be more beneficial for them to remain exclusive to Xbox. There's more to this article, but that's the basic gist of it. They're like, yeah, Call of Duty is going to be on PlayStation for at least 10 more years. Everything else, we'll see. That's just what it is. They had to sign that deal, though, basically kind of appease the FTC because that's all they fucking focused on in that trial was fucking Call of Duty. And I don't understand. It's like because there's so much more that Activision owns besides Call of Duty. But
But
whatever.
is Call of Duty not the biggest franchise?
It is the biggest franchise, but it's not the only franchise. And focusing
no.
on that one thing isn't really going to change anything. Because they're like, yeah, sure, we'll put it on everything. Because you know what? It's actually for their benefit to put Call of Duty on everything because it makes them so much fucking money.
Mhm.
So that's not what the real concern is. And that's actually not even like, from what I've been reading, is not the reason why they bought Activision anyway. They bought Activision to get a foothold in mobile gaming, to make that mobile game money over in fucking Japan, because mobile gaming is huge over there and they can't get a foothold in Japan.
The FTC fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Their thought was, we'll go big. I'm assuming. I don't work for the FTC. I can't necessarily speak for them, but my thought is, their thought was, we'll go big. We'll use Call of Duty, and if we can establish that Call of Duty is blah 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 blah, then we can trickle it down to these other titles and lump everything together, you know? And instead, they picked a franchise that Xbox never planned on keeping to itself anyway. And Xbox is like, all right, well, you got a problem with Call of Duty? Cool. Call of Duty is available for everybody. Oh, fuck. Everything else, though? You didn't mention that. We'll figure that out later.
All these Blizzard games, like fucking Overwatch, that's huge. Diablo 4, that's huge now. World of Warcraft, all that shit that Activision and Blizzard own is just, what's going on, man? It's staying there. It's just like, yeah, we own all this shit now. And, oh, man, it's just...
And like
it's one of those things that happens when people who don't really understand video games try to control video games.
In some cases, with bigger titles, it's going to behoove them to release out onto other platforms because it's going to make them more money, you know? So it'll be probably a case-by-case basis. Like Diablo 5, is it worth it to get it on the PlayStation? Is it going to make me more money? Am I going to get more profit by, releasing that cross-platform? Or is it going to behoove me to keep it to myself and make everyone buy the game for me?
Mm-hmm.
How many sales did PlayStation do? Are people not going to buy it because they don't own an Xbox and it's not a title? They're not going to buy an Xbox exclusively just to play shit like that. Like, they'll factor all that shit in and they'll figure it the fuck out. Like,
yeah, basically. And it's one of those things where like they took a bet when it comes to Game Pass, because they're trying to do the subscription service thing, which is kind of the pickle that a lot of Hollywood's in right now. Because like, yeah, we'll do all these subscription services and pour all this money into it and charge this monthly fee. We'll make it up later. It's not working out that way. Now they're kind of in a pickle, and I'm kind of afraid that's what's going to happen with Microsoft with Game Pass, where it's just like they set the price too low, and people are paying monthly for this shit, and they just already like said they're going to put all their Xbox exclusive games day and date release, new release on Game Pass. It's just like, if you can, I hope you can sustain that, because it's expensive. Games are expensive.
Yeah, and we've got some news right now about the Game Pass and Xbox Live Gold, which I did Game Pass for a little bit, but I didn't feel like there was a benefit for me to have Game Pass because I didn't play games like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I could just do the Xbox Live Gold and have the online capabilities and everything like that. There might be some changes to that.
Yeah. So we can talk about that right now. This article from IGN from Wesley Yinpool. It's the end of an era as Microsoft now replaces Xbox Live Gold with Game Pass Core. So it's not all bad news, though. So let's talk about this for a second. So Microsoft has announced the upcoming end of Xbox Live Gold over 20 years after it first launched. Xbox Live Gold ends September 14th and will be replaced by Game Pass Core, which Microsoft described as a, quote, evolution of Xbox Live Gold. Core includes access to online console multiplayer and gives subscribers a collection of over 25 games to play on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One for $9.99 a month or $59.99 a year. That's about the same price as Live Gold was, right? Yeah. Yep. So Live launched first on the original Xbox on November 15th, 2002. And was popularized by the online multiplayer portion Halo 2. The Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S all used the platform. The Games with Gold promotion launched for 360 in July of 2013. This gave Xbox Live Gold subscribers a handful of games each month. once hugely popular bonus that has become the subject of ridicule due to the low profile of the free titles, because all the good ones are on Game Pass. Here's how it all works. At launch on September 14th, Xbox Live Gold members automatically become Game Pass Core members. With the introduction of Game Pass Core, Games with Gold comes to an end on September 1st. Here's a list of core games at launch, and there's a whole list of them here. Among Us, Descenders, Dishonored 2, Doom Eternal, Fable Anniversary, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Grounded, Halo 5 Guardians, Halo Wars 2, Hellblade, Human Fall Flat, Inside, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Psychonauts 2, State of Decay 2, Elder Scrolls Online. But yeah, all that stuff. I don't know. How does this compare to how Live Gold was? Is it all that different, or is it basically the same shit?
Basically the same shit with a little more, right? So with Live Gold, what you would get is you'd get your online access, and then also kind of like with PlayStation, they'd have free games every month that you could go get, and it was only like 2 or 3 games. So having access to 25 games as opposed to the 2 or 3 new free ones every month, I mean, that's a plus. So, and obviously they're going to try and upsell you and be like, all right, you got Core now, come over here and spend $15.99 a month and get blah, 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 and then you get this and that. And so it is what it is.
I'll just stick with when it comes time for Starfield to come out, just go ahead and subscribe to Xbox Live on the PC. Xbox Game Pass on the PC, which is the same price, and get to play Starfield. Because the problem with that is too, I don't have time to play all these games, Matt. Like, I got Final Fantasy 16 to finish. Baldur's Gate 3 comes out on the 3rd of
7
August.
Part 2 comes out in the end of the year.
You said what comes out? Oh,
Part 2 of 7.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's coming out next year. They got pushed back.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, they got pushed back to 2024. They haven't given an exact date, but it's Q1 of 2024. So that got delayed. But like fucking Baldur's Gate 3 on August 3rd. That's if you get it on PC. If you get it on PlayStation, September 6th, which is the same day that Starfield comes out. After that, we got October coming, where you got Spider-Man 2 coming out. And this is all ignoring other shit that's coming. Like if you just don't care about Mortal Kombat, which I do, I just know I won't have time to play it. Like it's just like, fuck me.
Well, right now I am playing Diablo, which I could really set down at any point in time, but like I'm really enjoying the game and I'm just grinding on it. I've got to finish Jedi Survivor. I've got to finish my playthrough of 7 before 7 comes out. I want to get 16 and play that, and then Mortal Kombat's coming out. That's not even talking Starfield. That's not talking DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It looks like the greatest video game ever made, Travis. It's hard for me to say no.
I know, right? So yeah, there's that. I think the way I'm going to handle this is with Starfield and Baldur's Gate 3. I'm going to get those not with the intention of playing them to completion before I do anything else. They'll just be like forever games that I have that I can just keep coming back to in between things because they're so huge and I can keep coming back to them and just evolving through that. That's the only way I can imagine making that work for me. But we got what was that noise? But yeah, so no, it's the same library. I know that.
And I'm assuming it's the same price.
It's actually going to be cheaper on PC now.
Okay.
Because the price is going up on the actual Xbox, but it's staying the same on PC.
There you go.
Something's happening outside and it's loud and it's getting on my fucking nerves.
Like police and
no, it's just like it's like this. I don't know. Somebody's working on something out there. It's just you can't hear that noise.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, okay, well, good. I'm glad y'all can't hear it then. So just like noise happening, but
maybe a very little bit, but not anything noticeable.
So they actually put out a video about this this change. So let's just take a look at that, and maybe it'll make people feel a little bit better about it. I doubt it, but let's see.
Adventures never ending.
Okay, I'm out of here, so I'm not crazy. At least not that crazy.
Adventures never ending. Dad, what are you doing here?
So I guess it's just showing off all the games that are going to be on this version of Game Pass Core.
Adventures never ending. Adventures never ending.
I knew you were going to say that shit.
You are?
Anyway, so that's that. So I want to take this time, though, to remind you all that if you're watching us on patreon.com/Creatia World, you can actually get this show and all of our other shows ad-free. So you should subscribe there. But for those of you who are not watching there and just watching us live or watching us later on YouTube or anywhere else, here's some ads. Spice things up in the bedroom? Then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Did you see Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creatiaworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creatiaworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go-to online store for all your dog-related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creatiaworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creatiaworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creatiaworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful, clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creatiaworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creatiaworld.com for 10% off. Try W today and feel the difference. The link is in the description. And we are back. So,
Travis.
Metric.
Travis.
Let's watch a trailer, shall we? Saw a movie starring John David Washington called The Creator.
Okay.
Let's see what this one's all about.
I'm betting it's about a creator.
Probably.
When the war started, they protected me.
Oh boy, robots.
Than humans would have.
Lots of
They're not
robots.
people, Maya. It's just programming.
10 years ago today, the artificial intelligence created to protect us detonated a nuclear warhead in Los Angeles.
Of course it did.
We've learned nothing.
This is a fight for our very existence.
Sergeant Taylor,
I really love the fact that, 30 years ago,
the AI are developing a super
they made
weapon.
Terminator, and we just keep making Terminator with a different coat of paint.
Or they win.
Did you locate the
Okay,
weapon?
from the director of Rogue One. I like Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to
I think we've seen a trailer for this before.
You gotta be a good person. to
This is
go
the
there.
second trailer, I think.
So
This looks familiar.
I just
Very
said
familiar.
we can't go to heaven because you're not good. And I'm not a person.
Damn.
Do you have any idea what the thing is?
She looks like a little girl now, but she's growing. Whoever has that kid wins the war.
Whose side you want, huh?
What do you want, sweetie?
For robots to be free.
Oh, we don't have that in the fridge. How about ice cream?
Guess I'll settle for that for now.
Interesting.
Fun twist on the robots are all going to kill us genre,
I mean, okay, so Hollywood keeps making movies about how AI is bad and is going to kill us. And then Hollywood is also in a battle with actors over the fact that they're deciding to use AI.
Yeah. In their heads, they're rich billionaires and they're old as fuck. And by the time it's a real problem, they'll be dead already. So they don't care.
It reminds me of other things in our country, like people being mad about, murder and then condoning murder and things like that. It's situational.
Yeah.
It's okay for us, not for you. Shit like that.
Exactly. Oh, man. Let's see. Let's go back to, speaking of SAG and their strike. Disney has used theme park characters in the first actorless red carpet since the SAG-AFTRA strike began. This article comes from IGN from Ryan Leston. Disney's Haunted Mansion premiere used theme park characters in place of the film's actors for the first red carpet event since the SAG-AFTRA strike. As reported by Variety, the Haunted Mansion world premiere went ahead without its stars, leaving a gaggle of Disney characters to stroll the red carpet instead. Let's see, quote, "It's so sad and disappointing," said director Justin Simeon, "but I'm not disappointed in this cast. I'm disappointed in the conditions that have brought about this situation. And look, their work speaks for itself in this movie, but I really wanted to speak for them too." Under the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike, guild members are prevented from undertaking any promotional activity for their work, including red carpet premieres. This means Haunted Mansion stars Lakeith Stanfield, Tiffany Haddish, Danny DeVito, Rosario Dawson, Chase W. Dillon, Daniel Levi, Jamie Lee Curtis, Hassan Minaj, Marilu Henner, and Lindsay Lamb were not expected to attend. However, Disney decided to roll out the red carpet regardless. It's thought Disney would have lost revenue from corporate sponsors if the world premiere event did not go ahead.
I saw a tweet saying that Disney missed out on the opportunity to have an empty red carpet, and because it is Haunted Mansion, pretend like the ghosts of the characters in the movie were attending the red carpet. But we couldn't see them because they're ghosts.
That would have been fucking brilliant. But, I guess they're just not clever enough. But
well, writers are on strike, so who's going to write something like that?
You're right. But yeah, Mania packages have dropped. Nearly $5,000 for 2 tickets for both nights and hotel. No airfare transportation. Okay.
Holy shit.
Man, where are those seats, though? Like, I'm curious about that kind of stuff. Where's Mania next year?
Philly.
It's in Philly? Oh, yeah. I'm not driving to Philly.
I was just going to say, that was really disrespectful to Philly, Travis.
Whatever, man. Philly is disrespectful in itself. Like, have you met Philly people? They're disrespectful as fuck. So
that's lower bowl in the package.
Who's lower bowl?
Phillies.
Oh man, I'd be down for it. But yeah, there's more to the article, but that's the gist of it. They're using Disney characters and all that kind of stuff to do the red carpet. They had like Mickey and Cruella and Minnie Mouse and all them people just showing up.
They have a Haunted Mansion ride, right?
Yes.
So they didn't just use any of the people from the Haunted Mansion ride to do
that would have made too much fucking sense, Matt. But like you said, no writers to bring out the obvious. And
when you said that was my first thought was, they just use people from the ride, like from the attraction.
No, Mickey and Minnie. Cruella DeVille was there for some reason, just yeah. Me seeing this. Yeah, that's all I've seen from tweets and videos from tweets, like the Mickey and Minnie one and then Cruella DeVille. Maybe they had some of the Haunted Mansion like characters there. I don't know if you really know who they are, but you just know that like they look like ghosts and goblins and whatnot. They could have just done that, but again, that would have made too much sense. In other Disney news, apparently Disney is open to selling ABC, FX, and more networks, but not ESPN or Hulu. So this article comes from Liam Crowley. So Disney's sandbox of intellectual property has never been more crowded. The House of Mouse was a top dog within the entertainment industry based on its original content alone for years, but its acquisition of brands like Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, and ESPN has transformed the company into a dominant juggernaut. Disney doubled down on its IP acquisition in early 2019 when it acquired 20th Century Fox and all of its subsequent assets. Disney's growth meant a colossal increase in spending, on which began to yield unfavorable results at the start of 2023. As a result, recently returned Disney CEO Bob Iger announced plans to cut spending by roughly $5.5 billion.
With a B.
Yeah. So those cost-cutting measures have come in the form of slashing production budgets and company-wide layoffs. As of right now, Disney's model for revamping its revenue has come solely in axing spending rather than selling what it already owns. That said, it does not mean the company is opposed to shopping some of its properties. Speaking to CNBC, Iger noted that ABC, FX, National Geographic, and Freeform, quote, may not be core to Disney. Iger then suggested that he would consider selling those aforementioned brands, but is hard set on retaining at least some control of both ESPN and Hulu. Here's a quote from him. We're going to be open-minded there too. Not necessarily about spinning ESPN off, but about looking for strategic partners that can either help us with distribution, or content. But we want to stay in the sports business. Sports is very, very attractive media, and we have a unique position, and we feel that we should stay in it. Disney owns 80% of ESPN, while the remaining 20% is controlled by Hearst Communications. As for Hulu, Disney is the majority owner, while Comcast, NBC Universal still has a minority stake in that streaming service. Quote, over time, when I came back, I was open-minded about Hulu because there's this agreement with Comcast that actually calls for a transaction, their stake to us, sometime in 2024. I didn't want that to be automatic. I wanted to look at that objectively. I spent a lot of time looking at that part as part of the future of our streaming business, and ultimately concluded that we would be better off having Hulu than not having Hulu. Disney plans to merge Disney Plus and Hulu into one streaming service by the end of the year. Yeah, they talked about that before. We talked about it here. They're bringing it all together as one thing, and then keeping it separate, like in other countries and shit. It's a weird thing happening.
I always thought you should let Disney have the Disney shit and everything else that you want to put out, like, because they own everything Marvel that Sony doesn't own now because they own Fox. So your Logans, your Deadpools, stuff like that, you put on Hulu.
Yeah, that way you can put all your darker stuff, your R-rated stuff, the more raunchy things over on Hulu, and keep your more family-friendly stuff on Disney Plus. That makes the most sense, but yeah, we'll see. How you feel about watching another trailer or two, sir?
I'm down.
Okay, so let's watch this trailer for DC's Dark Legion.
Man, fuck DC. I know you love DC Comics. I know you love DC Animation. But that's why, like, I really hope that Disney doesn't give away Marvel, is because DC's shit in the bed with their movies.
Yeah, we'll see. It's an animated production here, sir, so...
When darkness falls and people need hope, they turn to their heroes. Isn't
it's a joke.
That funny?
I'm pretty sure there was a version of that Joker in Injustice.
You might be right. I don't remember. I played Injustice very briefly. I just couldn't really get into it. But yeah. We got one more here for Eternal Return. It's the animation trailer. It's for a game though.
Maybe it was Mortal Kombat 11. I've seen that version of the Joker somewhere. Was she in the building and then the drone blew a hole and she jumped out, or was she
You're looking for way more logic from anime than exists, so just go with it. just watch the fighting people do weird, cool fighting people shit. Just go with it. And now there's bunnies. I don't know why there's bunnies.
Exploding sparkle bunnies?
She has a spade on her cheek.
You know what that means?
I know. Shayna Baszler
really likes
calling
cards.
herself the Queen of Spades.
She is.
So that's for Eternal Return. So Eternal Return, let me just read this here. Eternal Return is a multiplayer online survival arena that combines strategy, mechanics, and aesthetic characters. Choose one of the ever-growing cast of test subjects. Take on Lumia Island as one of 24 test subjects in the team as a team in squad mode and improve your strength, ability, and wit. So yeah, it's a MOBA, like League of Legends and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, looks one of those things to be trying to get into that esports market, probably get more people watching it and all that, streamers.
So, is there an anime that accompanies it, or did they just make an anime trailer for a video game?
I think they just made an anime trailer for a video game, and thank you for that update, Will. We really appreciate it.
Got hungry all of a sudden.
Well, good thing we're almost done here. We're gonna end it there. Anything else you wanted to throw out there before we say goodbye to the people?
I season my food. I don't put raisins in anything, and I wash my legs. Just want to be clear on those things. Also, you didn't really tell me how you felt about Picard. We didn't get a chance to really. How did you like Picard?
Oh, I enjoyed Picard.
Yeah.
I still have a problem with the whole Borg Queen thing, but that's a personal thing. I can't really do anything about that. They already established that back during Voyager, and I can't do shit about that. Bring the Dominion in was fun. I like that they did that. The problem is, why you bring the Changelings in and bring Odo, and and not bring Odo in there? Like, why do we not have Odo? This whole time, he was supposed to have gone back to the Changelings and work shit out with them and help them to become better and all that shit. What the fuck happened to Odo? Like,
he failed.
Like, where is he? What happened there? So it was bothering me. Oh man. He's got some kosher sausage.
I bet you do. Is it seasoned though? That's the question.
Possibly. I don't know that movie though. I'd have to look it up. But all right, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget you can follow us on all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creatia World. That is at ITSCREATIA World. As always, I'm not telling you how to spell world. If you don't know how to spell world, get together, get a goddamn dictionary. Also on Facebook.com/Creatia World. And what, nigga?
If you don't know how to spell world and you get a dictionary, how are you supposed to look it up if you can't spell it?
I don't know. Ask the fucking teachers that used to tell me that shit. I don't know.
Okay. Just curious.
And while you're on Facebook, check out our Facebook group. First of all, facebook.com/group/DemDragons. If you're a fan of House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones, go there, check that out. Also, if you just have a cool picture of a dragon, just drop that picture of a dragon in there to make me happy. But if you're a wrestling fan, there's another place where you would be. Where's that place, Matt?
Facebook.com/group/Smacking It Raw. It is the Facebook group that accompanies the podcast that we drop every Friday, except for last Friday because no one was available and I was on vacation. 11 p.m. Central, midnight Eastern time. Just dropped episode 301. This Friday is officially, because I went and looked, the 6-year anniversary of the release of our very first episode, July 21st. 6 years from the first time me, Travis, and Eric sat down and decided we were to talk wrestling. So we hit 300. 2 weeks later, we hit a 6-year anniversary. Come join us for that. Latest episode is already out. You can go check it out, listen to it, watch it. It's called Stan's Magic Hammer, and you have to listen to the entire episode to find out why it is called Stan's Magic Hammer.
Oh, man. Don't forget you can also follow me on both Twitter and Instagram, and I guess Threads as well. I still haven't really gotten into that, but at Lord_Cussalott, that is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Matt, where can they find you?
On Twitter, at Matt Ritter. On Instagram and Threads at Smacking It Raw, as well as on TikTok at Smacking It Raw, and on Twitter only for our horror content at Getting Off. We postponed it, but there should be no weekend work. So this weekend, Saw 2.0, Saturday night, 11 p.m. Central, midnight Eastern time. Yeah, that's right.
So you have more Saw to talk about.
We have Jigsaw. We have Spiral with Chris Rock. And we are going to discuss Saw traps as sex positions.
All right. Cool. Cool. This is what happens when I just say, Matt, do what you want to do. He does shit like this. Whatever. That's going to be it for today. We'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I believe, will be Vince and Will. So we'll have that duo again. But we'll catch you then. Until next time.
We out.